Hi, I'm Steve Millard with the Greater Cleveland Partnership and Cozy, and I'm here today with Bob Drisendal of the Preselect company. Preselect is a specialist, right? I mean, you guys help people find the right people for the job, and you help folks organize all those different applicants for the job.
Absolutely correct. What Preselect is an applicant tracking system, or ATS, that allows employers to better organize their hiring process, the entire hiring process, from the time they source ads to the time they bring them on board.
So there's a few things that I thought were interesting as we were talking about this. I mean, looking for a job or getting your application in or managing that is a pain for everybody in the process in a lot of cases, right? The applicants who aren't hearing enough, the employers who are getting overwhelmed with folks, sometimes qualified, sometimes not. One of the things that you talked about that you guys do, which is really interesting, is you can help screen applicants by putting things into the process where they have to answer questions, show their skills. Talk about an example of that.
Well, we have a thing called qualifying questions.
Right.
And in the qualifying questions, you can ask specific questions. You can put up a schematic of a Ford F-150,
Yep.
show an imperfection in it, and then the auto mechanic that's applying for the job can answer a series of questions via essay, math, multiple choice, true, false.
Which saves the employer a ton of time, right? You can quickly get down to those folks who really know what they're talking about and those who maybe don't.
Well, and that's the important thing. Many employers have difficulty finding qualified employees.
Sure.
That's a fact.
It's one of the biggest complaints we get.
And so what this does is allows them to identify the culture of the company by these questions,
Right.
the work habits that are designed to do, and see if they can follow work habits, and skill sets to see if they can do the job properly.
And you can do all that with testing and assessments, right? And you guys help folks design that.
Well, that's another thing that's a component of what we have, but by asking these qualifying questions, you can do it yourself, and it'll be customized to your specific purpose and application.
So now, are applicant tracking systems sort of the state of the art? Does everybody have one? Are these just for big companies or better for small companies, or who can use these things?
Well, ours is somewhat unique. In fact, as far as I know, we're the only ATS in Ohio.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that in our particular case, we're able to have small employers. Great Lakes Brewing, which is our oldest client, they use it when doing the different positions, either in their manufacturing of the beer,
Mm-hmm.
or their wait staff in the restaurants, and of course their management team.
So help and support for companies of all sizes, for all kinds of different positions, and it's integrated with some of the other tools out there, right, like Indeed and those things?
Yes, exactly. So we have a client, for instance, that wants to go global with this. They happen to be in the Boston area, and so we can have people that do hundreds or thousands of hires a year, or down to a very few hires a year, and we're able to do that.
So flexible, web-based, scalable, and has a ton of features and resources for you in the hiring process, and simple enough for me as a small owner to use, or for the most sophisticated HR person, I guess, right?
Correct. So we're going to be able to take an online application from the job seeker.
Right.
All right. We're going to focus on their customer experience to make sure they have a good experience doing so. We're going to give a simple, highly intuitive, and easy-to-use system for the employer to manage the entire recruiting process, even to the point where they can bring people on board with having company policies, the I-9,
Right.
the W-4, done before they come in which case they will be able to avoid the cost of onboarding, or reduce the onboarding time and expense.
So applicant tracking system from Preselect, something that I think every employer should start thinking about a little bit to sort of up their game a bit and help be way more competitive in this whole issue of attracting talent.